confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 206,761. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 4,967. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 1,132, with total confirmed deaths at 60. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Rhiannon Chertanich. It's 2 p.m. on Saturday, August 8th. As the number of coronavirus cases jumped to more than 3,000 on Friday, Los Angeles County Department of Public Health officials say it's due to a backlog of cases as the state electronic lab system reporting delay is addressed. Officials say data sources that track other key indicators, including hospitalizations and deaths, are not affected by this reporting issue. LA County Department of Public Health Director Dr. Barbara Ferrer reminds businesses to make sure they are doing their part to slow the spread of the virus as many return to the workforce. Business owners are required to implement safety protocols to ensure employees and customers are protected. County health orders also require businesses with 3 or more known cases of COVID-19 within the workplace over the span of 14 days to report the outbreak to the Public Health Department. Officials say the best way to minimize the spread, whether it's in work or social settings, is to remain 6 feet apart and social distance, wear those face masks, disinfect high traffic areas, and wash your hands often. The county continues to expand its COVID-19 testing capacity and will soon be even easier than ever to get a test with the addition of smaller testing sites. The county recently partnered with testing company Curative to add small walk-up kiosks to local neighborhoods. The company is currently running test programs with kiosks in Berkeley. Testing expansion in the county also includes plans to add mobile van testing sites that will drive around the city to provide testing services. California hit another grim milestone in the health pandemic. The Golden State is now the 3rd highest leading state, with the total number of deaths topping 10,000 this week. New York and New Jersey lead the death toll at 32,000 and 16,000 respectively. While California officials say a technical glitch caused a lag in collecting coronavirus test information, it has since been fixed but could take up to 48 hours to get updated. California's Health and Human Services Secretary Dr. Mark Ghaly says up to 300,000 records might have been backlogged, but not all of them are COVID-related and some may be duplicates. Dr. Ghaly says the problem began with a computer service outage in late July. Now, despite the lag in numbers, officials believe the overall COVID-19 trends remain consistent. A 7-year-old boy in Georgia was announced the youngest victim known to die of COVID-19. According to Georgia's health department, the boy was from Chatham County and did not have any underlying health conditions. The boy's death isn't the first among children in the U.S. At least 7 minors have died from COVID-19 last month in the state of Florida. According to Johns Hopkins University, Chatham County reported more than 5,400 confirmed cases of the virus and 74 deaths. Statewide, they have more than 204,000 confirmed cases and just over 4,000 COVID-related deaths, data closely mirroring California's. Health officials say this just shows that while older individuals and those with underlying health conditions are at higher risk of complications, the disease does not discriminate and can affect anyone regardless of age and should be taken seriously. As fall semesters near for most colleges and universities, California's Department of Public Health released new guidance for safe reopening plans. While most institutions have opted for virtual classes to kick off the 2020 to 2021 school year, health officials caution that colleges and universities have been deemed high-risk settings for the spread of COVID-19. State public health officials are putting strict limits on in-person classes along with dorm and campus life. Officials say any reopening plans would depend on local conditions, which include epidemiological trends, availability of testing, and adequate preparedness to respond to COVID-19 cases and outbreaks. State officials also said campuses would need to demonstrate a plan for safe distancing, a priority on single occupancy dorm rooms, availability of takeout meals, closure of non-essential shared spaces such as lounges, and COVID-19 prevention training. Public health officials say returning to normal college life, dorms and classrooms will not be possible as they pose too high of a risk of spreading the infection. Colleges and universities must implement a face mask policy. Desks must be set at least 6 feet apart. Non-essential visitors and campus activities must be limited. Non-essential shared spaces must be closed, and single-room occupancy for housing should be prioritized. Staff and faculty are encouraged to telework when possible. Indoor lectures are currently prohibited for colleges located in counties under the state's watch list, and certain specialized courses such as indoor labs and studio art must be done with caution, providing substantial physical distancing. Athletics will also be different for colleges, as masks must be worn by coaches, staff, members of the media, and players when not in play. Regular periodic COVID-19 testing must be implemented among players, and while competition may happen without spectators, it can only occur when COVID-19 test results are provided within 72 hours of the competition. And teams must follow return to play safety plans put in place by the College Athletic Association. With the uncertainty of the virus, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed into law measures to allow voters ample time to either get to a polling center to vote in person or to drop off a ballot to ensure everyone has an opportunity to vote. While the trade-off is fewer polling places, the new law will allow polling centers to open their doors earlier, beginning October 31st. While every active registered voter in California will get a ballot in the mail, some people may still need or want to vote in person, whether it's due to a damaged mailed ballot, need for language assistance, or help due to a disability. Senate Bill 423 will give counties the ability to merge precincts as long as they keep the ratio of 1 precinct per 10,000 registered voters instead of the typical 1,000 voters. These consolidated polling places must be available to voters beginning Saturday, October 31st through Monday, November 2nd for at least 8 hours each day and from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. on election night. Counties will also be required to open 1 ballot drop-off location for every 15,000 registered voters for 28 days before the election. This bill will give counties the option of reducing the number of polling places to minimize the risk of infection. Now, one major airline is taking a stance against passengers refusing to maintain wearing a mask while in flight. So far, dozens have been barred from flying on Delta airplanes for refusing to comply with the airline industry's mask policy. Delta CEO Ed Bastian said recently that well over 100 people have refused to keep their mask on during the flight, and those people have lost the ability to book future flights on Delta. Delta was among several major U.S. carriers that announced they would begin banning passengers who refuse to wear masks during air travel. While the federal government has not made mask wearing a mandate, they've left it up to airlines to enforce their own policies. Delta has put in place some of the strictest pandemic-related policies in the industry, including requiring health screenings for passengers who cannot wear masks, and have continued to pledge to leave middle seats empty to put distance between travelers, while many competitors have already begun filling seats to capacity, and it may be paying off. Airline earnings data suggests that customers are willing to stay loyal to Delta. Data shows that while the airline continues to block 40% of its seats to ensure social distance among passengers, its passenger revenue performance rivals American, which announced it would stop blocking the middle seat on its flights, and United, which never blocked any seats during the pandemic. After nearly 2 weeks at a standstill, President Donald Trump is expected to take executive action this weekend, announcing a number of programs to help Americans. From unemployment benefits to eviction protection to payroll tax cuts, White House negotiators say talks among congressional leaders have come to a dead end over the next coronavirus stimulus package. U.S. Secretary Steven Mnuchin says President Trump is expected to move forward on orders to help unemployed Americans as benefits expired at the end of July, leaving millions of out-of-work Americans without aid. It's unclear yet whether the president will extend the benefit or lower it to a smaller amount. A federal moratorium on evictions also expired on July 24th, putting tenants in more than 12 million rental units nationwide at risk if they miss their next payments. The president says he wants to extend these protections to ensure renters are not evicted due to the pandemic. Congress also suspended payments on some student loans due to the virus. Those provisions are set to expire at the end of September. Along with these three programs, the president also said he would act on a payroll tax cut, an idea pushed for months without any movement. Democratic negotiators Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer said in a statement Friday they had offered the White House a compromise that would have included about $2 trillion in aid, but was rejected. The League of California Cities is reaching out to communities across the state to join their coalition and support local COVID-19 recovery efforts. According to data analysis by the LCC, municipalities face billions of dollars in revenue shortfalls over the next 2 years due to the health pandemic. And as modified stay-at-home orders extend into the summer months, this could mean fewer first responders available, delayed street repairs, reduced public work services, and limited parks and senior centers across the state. The Support Local Recovery campaign hopes to secure at least $7 billion in state funding and $500 billion in federal funding to support critical local services and ensure CARES Act funding to be used for COVID-19 related expenses. The League is asking communities to write letters to their local Congress member and governor. You can get more information at cacities.org. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Safety and Inspection Service is issuing a public health alert for potential listeria contamination of sausage products. The ready-to-eat smoked sausage items are from Bluegrass Provisions Company based in Crescent Springs, Kentucky. The products on the public health alert include 14-ounce packages of Bluegrass Metwurst, Walnut Creek Foods smoked sausage, smoked bratwurst, and smoked bratwurst with cheese. The problem was discovered by routine testing, and results showed one of the products contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes. This can cause a serious infection that primarily affects older adults, persons with weakened immune systems, pregnant women, and newborns. Listeriosis can cause fever, muscle aches, headaches, stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, and convulsions, sometimes preceded by diarrhea or other gastrointestinal symptoms. The FSIS advises all consumers to reheat ready-to-eat products until steaming hot. The weekend is here, and if you don't have plans tonight and are looking to take a night off in the kitchen, head over to downtown Torrance as its alfresco-style dining experience continues through tomorrow. With 21 restaurants now participating with street closures to ensure visitors can walk around and enjoy neighboring retail shops and dine outdoors safely. The dining experience is scheduled for every first, second, and third weekend in downtown Torrance until September. Outdoor dining is open until 10 p.m. tonight and will continue again tomorrow at 11 a.m. For the full list of restaurants participating, head to torranceca.gov/COVID-19. Delomo Fashion Center is hoping to bring back shoppers with its new outdoor market. For the second week, select stores from the Delomo Fashion Center will set up shop outside at the Outdoor Village. It kicked off Friday afternoon and will continue through the weekend. Since California Governor Gavin Newsom ordered indoor malls to close, stores located inside the Delomo Fashion Center have been shut down. This market gives businesses an opportunity to stay open and bring the store outdoors. Some of the retailers participating include Travis Mathew, Ben Bridge, Casper, Pandora, Kate Spade, The Game Chess, Tesla, and Mercy's Cakes. A downtown Torrance art studio opened its new virtual art show today. Now from the comfort of your home, you can check out Destination Art online and see the works of artists in their studio. This is the first ever online show, and it's called Hanging in There. There is a wide variety of subjects and styles from 25 talented artists. There will be a virtual reception held on August 15th at 4 p.m. with some special surprises, including a panel discussion on abstract art, an artist talk with Kyle Boone, and the introduction of the new 3D virtual gallery tour and a sweepstakes drawing to win an original painting. You must register online to participate. You can go to destination-art.net. The Torrance Theater Company continues to offer the community a series of free staged readings and virtual performances during the health crisis with a program called Play at Home. Their 5-show series continues tomorrow with a performance of The Good People. The Good People is written by Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright David Lindsay Abaire. He creates a widely relatable tale of socioeconomic struggles. In the world of good people, we see that very few can afford to be as good as they think they are, but acts of sacrifice and gestures of kindness comes at the most surprising moments and from the most unexpected sources. Torrance Theater Company actors, directors, the technical team, as well as volunteers have dedicated their time to create projects to entertain the community from the comfort of their homes. These are free to watch, and all you need to do is register ahead. TTC is utilizing a combination of Zoom and YouTube Live to bring the performance to their online platform. You can check them out online at torrancetheatercompany.com. Be sure to register before 6 p.m. With a few weeks left of summer, we want to hear how you're spending the last of the summer season and how you plan to make it the best one yet. No matter how big or small your summer plans are, we want to see how you're capturing each summer moment. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. Well, the City of Torrance launched a new campaign called the Dare to Care Challenge just 2 weeks ago, and we've already seen a huge outpour of support. Inspired by Torrance Councilman Tim Goodrich, who wanted to create a program to celebrate the community's differences, embrace diversity, and promote kindness, the city is invited to take part in a positive message to be shared with the world. The challenge invites the community to show that goodness always wins and kindness can be contagious. You can participate by creating a poster that says, "I dare to care," or post a picture doing a random act of kindness and tagging 3 friends, challenging them to dare to care. Random acts of kindness could be as simple as taking out your neighbor's trash, picking up the groceries for a friend to save them a trip, writing a letter to a senior who may be isolated at home, or paying it forward at a drive-thru. And when sharing a fun photo on social media, be sure to use the hashtags Torrance Cares, Torrance CA, and Dare to Care. If you're on Facebook, you can add the Dare to Care Facebook frame to your profile picture to show your support as well. Now, while supplies last, those who submit photos to us will receive a Dare to Care face mask like the one you see on the screen. Send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. That's our update for COVID-19 today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 2 p.m. as Christine Lee brings you the latest updates. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Except for essential needs. Grocery stores, farmers markets, food banks, convenience stores, takeout, and delivery restaurants will remain open, so there's no need to hoard, as will pharmacies, banks, and laundromats, and essential government services will continue. What's closed during a stay-at-home order? Dine-in restaurants, bars and nightclubs, entertainment venues, gyms and fitness studios, hair and nail salons, convention centers, and all other public events and gatherings. We must all work together to keep our state healthy and protect our communities so that we can get back to normal as soon as possible. It's going to be tough, but together we can meet this moment, look out for one another, and save lives.
While Californians do their part to stay home, many essential workers help keep our state running. To all of these workers, including our immigrant workforce, we thank you.
Please remember, COVID-19 can be a serious respiratory illness. So if you have a cough or fever, stay home and contact your usual source of medical care, like a local clinic or public health department. But if you have trouble breathing, no matter your immigration status, seek immediate medical attention.
To learn more, please visit covid19.ca.gov.